Could Godzilla vs. Kong have even more monsters? Godzilla's next challenge will of course be the mighty Kong, but it's possible that Godzilla vs. Kong could bring the three major titans introduced in King of the Monsters back into the fold. I'm Greg Elliott with Scream Rant, and here's how Godzilla vs. Kong can bring back Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah. During the final battle in King of the Monsters, Mothra gave her remaining life force to Godzilla so he could defeat Ghidorah, but as its director Mike Dougherty has said in the past, Mothra never really dies. In the original Toho films, Mothra's actually died several times, but she's continually born again through her own eggs. And the credits of King of the Monsters just so happen to reveal that Monarch found a giant egg somewhere, so it shouldn't be a big surprise if Mothra swoops in once again. We also learned in the movie that Dr. Chen has a twin sister, making them the modern-day version of the Toho film Shobijin, the tiny twin fairies that have a deep connection to Mothra. And Zhang Zi will be coming back in Godzilla vs. Kong, so if the twins are involved, you can be sure that Mothra will be too.
What is that?
Mothra, Queen of the Monsters.
In King of the Monsters, after having his body obliterated by one of Burning Godzilla's nuclear pulses, Ghidorah's final head was eviscerated by Godzilla's atomic breath. But in the post-credit scene, we see that Jonah got his hands on one of the other heads, but what he has planned for it is still anybody's guess. He might want to try to take advantage of the head's capacity for regeneration, which could in theory be used to resurrect Ghidorah or maybe even create an entirely new Titan. The credits revealed that Monarch has not only already tried to create organic titans, but also has the technology to develop a quote mechanized giant. So if Jonah and his people can somehow get their hands on this technology, the Monsterverse could bring Ghidorah back in the same way that Toho brought him back in 1991's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, where they rebuilt him with a metal head and called him Mecha King Ghidorah. After losing his own battle against Ghidorah, Rodan fought with him against Godzilla and Mothra and nearly killed her before she drove her stinger through his chest. He recovered though and eventually submitted to Godzilla at the end of the film, along with all the other titans who had once followed Ghidorah, recognizing him as the new, true King of the Monsters. One of the newspaper articles in the credits revealed that he flew to an island somewhere north of Fiji and found a new volcano to roost in. So, while this might mean that Rodan could be back in hibernation and off-screen in the new film, he could always be summoned by Godzilla to fight against Kong or whatever other new threat might show up. Although Rodan was on Ghidorah's side in King of the Monsters in the 1960s Toho movies, he and Godzilla were quite the dynamic duo, and they saved the world together from King Ghidorah on two separate occasions, in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and the invasion of Astro-Monster. Since we didn't get to see Godzilla and Rodan team up in the last film, Godzilla vs. Kong could rectify that by having them join forces once again. Barring any additional coronavirus delays, the film is still slated to come out this November, and we'll definitely keep you posted on any new info we come across or any further delays. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.